welcome back to the Daily Journal's Prep Focus on Football. I'm Tim Aaron, Senior Sports Reporter. Across from me, the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Soucy. We're going to be looking at all 14 games this week, something new for us. But before we look ahead, let's look back, Seuss. Last week, who was 11-3? This guy. Who was 10-4? That guy. It doesn't happen often, so I have to gloat when I do actually beat him. So I'm happy right now.
You're smiling now, but remember who's ahead overall. This guy.
I think we're tied. Well, we'll fight about it later.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to take a look at our games right now, and we're going to start off with Rich South at Kankakee.
Well, Kankakee's had the better of Rich South in recent seasons and blasted them 50-0 last year. I doubt it'll be 50-0 this year. Rich South is a little better, but I can't imagine that it'll be a game where Kankakee's seriously threatened.
So you're taking Rich South.
That would be incorrect. I'm taking Kankakee.
I tried to catch a game there. I will also take Kankakee. Thornton at Bradley is our next game, an interesting game.
Well, this is a tough game for Bradley. They're going to have to adjust to the fact that they lost a couple of key players to injury last week, and one of them is their star tailback, Brandon Maliga. He won't be easily replaced, and a really talented Thornton team is coming to the turf in Bradley.
And you're going to pick?
I'm going to go with Thornton.
Likewise, I'll take Thornton, but noted this is the first time I haven't took Bradley this year. Our next game is probably, when the schedule came out, we probably didn't think much of it, but Chicago Leo beat De La Salle last week, and now they will come to Memorial Field to play the Irish.
De La Salle was the predominant favorite in the conference race heading into the season, and the fact that Leo beat them says a lot about the quality of this particular Lions team. McNamara still probably has enough firepower to get past this team, but this game almost certainly will be a lot closer than originally anticipated.
And you're going to pick?
I'm going to take McNamara in a close one.
Likewise, I'll take Mac since they're at home. Next up will be Manteno at Herscher in a key Interstate 8 large battle.
Yeah, you're looking at two teams that could really use a victory here. Manteno could get back to the 500 mark after a tough start to the season, and they'd certainly like to do that. And Herscher doesn't want to drop to 0-2 in the Interstate 8 large. So you're looking at two teams that really need a win in this game. I'm going to go with Manteno. I'm going to stick with Manteno. Unlike some people here, I have the ability to do that.
Well, I did pick against the Panthers last week. I thought the Reapers were due, but I'm going to also take Manteno this week. And then our last game that we're going to look closely at, St. Joe Ogden coming to Clifton to play Central.
For the season, these were the two teams that were expected to compete for the Sangamon Valley Conference title. And that hasn't really changed, but things have taken a turn for the worse for the St. Joe team. Last week they lost two key players to their team. Their star running back, Jake Bach, and their quarterback also were spelled with injuries, and they're lost to Moments. We don't know if they're going to be available for this game, but if the Spartans have neither of those players available, then they're going to have trouble, I think, competing with Central's high-powered offensive attack. I'm going to go with Central.
Well, I initially picked St. Joe until I heard this information, and now I'm going to switch and go to Central, but I think what I want to do is wait until Friday night after the game to make my pick.
So I should have kept that information from you is what you're telling me?
You probably should have.
Okay.
Okay, 2-minute drill time. Here's the game. You tell me your winner. Wilmington at Lisle.
Wilmington.
Wilmington also in a cakewalk. Sandwich at Peatone.
Go with Sandwich.
Okay. Coal City at Plano. By the way, I'm going to take Sandwich as well.
I'm going to take Coal City in what I believe to be probably another close game.
I think Coal City will also win. I'm not going to get on the Plano bus anymore. Maybe until later in the season. Reed Custer at Seneca.
I'm going to go with Seneca in this one.
Seneca sounds like the good pick there. Westmont at Dwight.
Dwight is having some trouble, and I'm going to go with Westmont in this one.
Also, I will take Westmont because they beat Manteno earlier this year. St. Thomas More at Moments.
Well, I have a feeling there's a possibility I could regret this selection, but I'm going to take St. Thomas More. It's not a reflection on what Moments has done thus far. I think St. Thomas More is an awfully good football team. Likewise,
I'll take St. Tom here, but Moments, they beat St. Joe, so who knows. Paxton at Watseka?
I'm going to go with Paxton.
I'm a Watseka graduate, but I'm going to take Paxton here. No hate mail, please. Fieldcrest at Iroquois West.
I have no reason for doing this other than the fact that you told me I had to pick this game, so I'm going to take Fieldcrest.
I'm going to take Iroquois West Very scientific here. Iroquois West has the best pork chop sandwiches on the planet.
Better reason than mine.
I'm taking the Raiders. And our last game will be Milford at Salt Fork.
I'll close out with Salt Fork here.
I covered the game last year in Milford. Big win for Milford, but that was last year, and this is this year, and Salt Fork sounds like the good pick there. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to talk about Week 3's Player of the Week.
This week we're going to go with Clifton Central's David Payne, who rushed for over 150 yards on just 6 carries. Scored 2 touchdowns on the ground and also caught a receiving touchdown. So he was pretty active. When he caught the ball, he did great things with it. So I'm sure the Comets are hoping he'll continue that into this week. And that wraps it up for over here.
Where are you going to be this week?
This Friday I'll be starting at the Kankakee Rich South game, and hopefully if that game goes quickly, I'll be able to make it out and catch the second half of the Manteno Herscher game. So hoping for a busy weekend.
Doubleheader Friday night.
Indeed.
You can't beat it. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Make sure you grab a newspaper on Thursday to read the Prep Focus section. That contains all the staff picks, contains statistics and notebook items and everything you want to know about high school football. So until next week, we'll see you on the sidelines.